So hello YouTube. I haven't seen you guys in a while, and I did want to give an update because I've getting a lot of messages and questions about my pregnancy after the myomectomy, about if my fibroids have grown back, how my pregnancy was after the myomectomy, were there any issues with the pregnancy, things of that nature. So I did want to go ahead and do a video for you guys and give you an update. Aaliyah is here. She was born this year, January 15th. She was born healthy and happy. We were able to leave out the hospital in just a couple of days, and really didn't have any huge issues. Nothing related to fibroids, myomectomy, anything related like that to the pregnancy at all. Now there was stress of the pregnancy because a lot of you guys know that I did have a pregnancy loss right before her. So just that stress and being concerned about my pregnancy with her was a stressor. But as far as any issues after the myomectomy, we didn't have any. My uterus held up beautifully. I do want to thank my doctor and my myomectomy surgeon, Dr. Swainson, who saw me most of my pregnancy. We had a late in pregnancy move, like the last 2 months of my pregnancy, we left the state. So it kind of messed up what was supposed to happen, or the course of what was supposed to happen. Everything happened according to plan, just different doctors. But Dr. Swainson was great. His team was great. He took very good care of me during my pregnancy. And I wanted to go back to him because he did such a great job with my myomectomy surgery, my follow-ups, he was just great. When I found out I was pregnant, we did go to some doctors nearby my home after we had moved, and he just didn't meet my expectations, especially being a mom who lost a baby previously and who had a bunch of issues. The doctor just didn't meet my expectations, which I drove 45 minutes to every appointment to get back to Dr. Swainson. It was just worth it. And I do suggest that if you are expecting or hoping to be expecting, find a doctor who is going to meet all of your needs and your concerns, because this pregnancy was scary for me going into it. So finding out I was pregnant, I was excited. I wanted to have another child, especially after my loss. But just the fact that I had a loss and being concerned about that, I wanted to have a doctor who was going to be familiar, or who had an expertise in making me feel comfortable after a loss, making sure that I was going to be okay, giving me those extra ultrasounds, or being able to know that my baby is healthy as often as possible. That was important to me. So the first doctor that we checked out, it was a new practice. They had some good reviews. We went in finding out that they didn't even have up-to-date ultrasound imaging. If you guys saw the first video where I announced to you guys, it was like this little bitty screen, looks like one of the world's first computers. And he was telling me that I would only have like 3 ultrasounds throughout my whole pregnancy, which did not do anything for my confidence in knowing that my baby was okay. When you have a pregnancy after a loss, every feeling that you have, every momentum that you lose, or your boobs stop getting sore, that's a concern. And you're like, oh my God, am I losing the baby? If you get a little bit of blood, if you get a tinge of pain, if something hurts too much, if the baby is not kicking a certain day, you feel that. Like, it's always a concern. Everything that's happening is a concern. So I just felt like he wasn't going to be able to help me in feeling comfortable and feeling like my baby's okay. So that's what made me go back to Dr. Swainson early in my first trimester, and from that was seeing him along with a specialist because of the myomectomy and everything of that nature. And I just felt like he was more familiar with my history, my body, his own, and it was his surgery, so he knew what he did down there. He knew how it was gonna hold up. He knew, you know, what was best for me. So that's what made me feel comfortable. A lot of the questions I've been getting is, like I said, any complications with the myomectomy with the pregnancy. A lot of people tell me they're like ready to rush back in, like, how soon can I get pregnant? That was not my focus after I had my myomectomy. After I had my myomectomy, I wanted to present my body into a place where a baby could grow healthily. My first thing wasn't to rush in and get pregnant because my body had just went through a lot. The fibroids were growing, and then they were being pulled out of being there for so long. So it was kind of like being a part of my body for a long time, and now they're pulled out, and then now I'm about to try to grow a baby. That wasn't my main focus. I was also overweight after my surgery, before my surgery and after, because of after my loss. I was overeating. I told you guys I was overeating. I was stress eating. I was just emotionally eating. I just was not healthy. So a lot of things needed to take place after my myomectomy. It was not just getting rid of my fibroids. It was being healthy in the mind, in the body, and in my heart to be able to carry a baby. Because when you think of carrying a baby, it's not just the being a healthy body. You have to be healthy mindfully too. Because stressors can affect your pregnancy. So I wanted to make sure that I went to counseling, that I went to the gym and worked out. I was working out twice a day. I lost well over 30 pounds. And I was in a more healthy mind. I wasn't eating pork any longer. I wasn't eating red meat any longer. I was getting rid of toxicity. I went through trials with my partner. We went to counseling. Just everything in my life needed a cleanse. Not just along with my body, but not just my body. Everything in my life needed a cleanse. Going through that loss, going through having fibroids, the pain of having fibroids, all of that was part of a cleanse. So the beginning of my cleanse was the myomectomy, and from there, everything progressed from there. So I do say, like, I constantly tell people every time I get a question, how long did you wait? I waited till I felt like my mind, my body, my soul, and my heart was ready before I said, hey, I'm willing to try. And I think that's why when I did go ahead and try, it wasn't that long of a wait. Like I was taking vitamins. My skin was clear. My mind was clear. Like I said, everything, my body was ready. And even though my body was ready, when I got pregnant with her, I had a lot of pain. I'm older now. And I had gestational diabetes, which I had with my son previously, so I knew I most likely would have it with her. So just that, and then trying to get out the house and walk. Also lost my grandmother who raised me during that time. So it was a couple of different factors. And then when I was pregnant with her, I stopped working out like I should. I should have kept working out. So I do take responsibility of that, but I stopped working out, and I was gaining weight more rapidly. And I was just eating. I was eating everything that I could. Like, I was happy to be pregnant, but I was just using that to indulge in food. So I gained a lot of weight, and I carried her very heavy. Now, I don't know if this could possibly be related to the myomectomy, but walking and having the pressure of her on my uterus, it felt heavy, like really. I mean, it's normal to be heavy, but it was like painful. So I couldn't walk very long periods of time. I had to use something to hold my stomach up when I did walk, and it was still painful. And sometimes I would go to the emergency room to get that extra clearance in my mind that this was normal, and which it was. It was just healthy. And then they did notify me that my fibroids were back. And she's wanting to introduce herself to you guys, which I told her we would wait till tomorrow because this was just an update video. So all of that is just part of it. So I do suggest that if you are ready and you are at that point, that's one of the things that you keep up is being healthy in your pregnancy and try not to indulge. Although now you're fake coughing. Oh, she's so funny. I do suggest that you don't indulge. I mean, I did, and I paid for it. I mean, had gestational diabetes. I was in a lot of pain, and so I don't suggest that you indulge. I think that you should go into the pregnancy being healthy, staying fit, staying active as possible, because that's very important. But again, I'm going to do another video. I did promise you guys that this video should have been here yesterday. But being a new mom with an additional child, exclusively breastfeeding, all of that, and with her needing, she's very, very needy of me, like, and she's going through separation anxiety now. So if I leave a room, even if she's with her dad or she's with family, if I leave out the room, she's just wanting me, and nothing can comfort her but me. She was just crying now, and she just wanted to be here with me, and her dad just walked in the house. So it's not a lot to get the videos out, but it's just a lot to find the time. Like, even now it's 10 o'clock at night, and I've been saying all day I was going to get this done, but it's just so much in the day to do. Trying to do something in between her naps, and I try to get the house together. Like, it's just so much stuff to do. But I promise you guys that a lot of people ask, well, how's the baby? How is she doing? How is being a new mom? Things of that. I'm going to do an additional video. Hopefully, I want to do that tomorrow. Right, Aaliyah? We're going to do that tomorrow. And just wanted to update you guys. So feel free. I always get questions about if they can follow up with me, not just in the comments. But you guys can always email me, goddessnatai@gmail.com. I'm always happy to answer questions about myomectomy, about my experience. I'm going to be following up with the doctor about the fibroids that have returned. I'm not going to have another myomectomy, but at this point, I'm just ready to have the uterus taken out. I don't plan on having any more children. This was the last race for me. I have a boy, I have a girl, I have a bonus girl, so I'm done. They can have it at this point, but I do not want to go through the process of having a myomectomy again. If that's the case, and depending on how big they are, I would just want to get it done and over with, get them taken out, get the whole thing taken out, and not have to deal with that any longer. But I will update you guys and keep you guys posted on that, because I don't know the sizes. I just knew that after having her, my gynecologist was telling me that the fibroids had come back. So I don't know the sizes, don't know where they're located, don't know if they're making any issues. Like, I just had my first period a few days ago because I've been breastfeeding. So I will keep you guys updated on that. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys again. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, you can follow up with me via email. You can respond to any of my videos. I always reply if you have any questions. But yes, so hopefully I can follow up with you guys tomorrow. And if you subscribe, if you are a subscriber, then you will get a notification once a video posted. And like I said, if you have any questions, you should know how to reach me now. And I'll introduce you guys and tell you all about Aaliyah and how it has been with us breastfeeding and things like that, so people have questions about that. So we're going to do that tomorrow because it's past her bedtime, and she's getting very irritable. So I will talk to you guys again. Thank you so much for watching.